We make the strings
louder.
What's up, guys? So today we are actually drove the Mustang up to we're in Denver, and we're actually at Impacted Wraps, and we're gonna get the livery and the full wrap done on the Mustang here. It's gonna be crazy. I mean, you guys might have seen it on Instagram. We had a little poll on there, but full car is actually getting wrapped here at Impacted. So soon this thing won't even look the same. It's gonna be crazy looking. You won't be able to drive down the street without even without having to stop and look at it, 'cause it's gonna be so popping. So we're here to Impacted, and they're gonna get us all set up. So all right, guys, this is probably the last time you're gonna see it chilling in its stock form. Trevor last night, you guys probably saw, did a little bit of body work and everything around the edges and on the door. It was a little bit crunched in right here from when it was wrecked, and the whole side was pushed in. So they got the wrap all printed over here. It's gonna look sick. Just give you guys a little bit of a taste here. What's up, guys? So we are actually currently about 3.5 hours into total install time, and you guys here impacted, and they're just crushing it. So a little bit, we got this whole side, hood, roof, trunk, everything done. Pretty much just have this side and the bumper, and so they're just crushing it. It's like such a different presence now. It looks like an entirely different car almost. Yeah, they're killing it. Alright guys, just like that, we got the Mustang completely wrapped. This thing came out sick. Give you this quick walk around. All the way top to bottom. All the sponsors there. Yeah. Reagan, the guys here at Impacted just crushed this wrap. It looks so sick. Doesn't look like a plain old primer front bumper wrecked Mustang anymore. So, all right, guys, and then one thing that Impacted is also doing here is they are going to be putting together like a catalog. They have like 160 like or so pre-made different like designs for like race cars, anything you like that. So they're working on that website, going to build that out, and what they're actually going to be doing is printing them all in-house and everything, and then shipping them out to you guys. So if you have a local installer or if you want to do it yourself, they'll give you an option, real affordable. And they'll have, like I said, all these different designs. You can even customize, flip colors, different things like that. So we picked, there was like 6 of them. We finally got it down to 2, and then we posted it up on the Instagram, got you guys' opinion and everything, but it definitely came out sick. So Reagan is the owner of Impacted here. If you want to go over that a little bit, how you guys been working on that and kind of what your plan is going forward with the like wrap website and everything.
Yeah, so we've been drifting for quite a while now. We know how expensive it gets, so we thought it'd be a good idea to make it a do-it-yourself kit. Instead of paying $2,000 to $5,000 for a wrap, you can simply go to our website, pick out of a huge catalog of designs, and we can print and ship to you. Makes it pretty inexpensive and affordable. Kits come around right around $1,100 to $1,200 shipped to your door. You get to pick your colors. You can add sponsor logos and stuff to that. Much better option than painting or paying an expensive wrap, for sure.
Yeah, and definitely. And then, as you guys know, with drifting and everything, it just, I mean, the cars, they get a little tore up. I mean, these guys, they both drift. They all have their cars. They compete. You've probably seen them in some of the Drift Colorado videos and events and stuff like that. So, I mean, you're out here drifting. I mean, you got tires tearing up, quarters. I mean, you're banging doors a little bit and everything. You always get a little bit of rubbing. So, damaging a nice paint job and everything. So that's a good, cheap option. Like Reagan said, it's about $1,200 shipped, and that's shipped to your door. And then I think we're gonna work out, you said, a little bit of discount for the viewers.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, so we'll post that. We'll be getting you guys all the info and everything. He said he's just fine tuning it right now, and then we'll get it up, and then we'll make sure you guys get a discount for all the subscribers and everything. So if you guys got a race car or anything, or even if you want to just do your own car, livery or something, you could definitely do that. So. And then the other thing they also have too that they're gonna hook us up with is they have their own that they've been working on designing this wrap cleaner. Do you want to go over that a little bit? I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know anything about it. So I have some detailed products, but not wrap. So
yeah. So this is Wrap Fresh. Wrap Fresh is separate from our company. This is our national cleaning brand. It's meant specifically for wraps. It's pH balance. It's got UV protectant and a shine additive for the gloss. We have a matte version as well for matte finishes. It's probably the best wrap cleaner that does everything. Most people think they can just put any kind of cleaner on a wrap, but it'll actually deteriorate it because there are certain parameters they need to follow to make sure it doesn't dry the wrap out, eat it, any of that stuff. So the benefit of this is not only going to take care of it, it's going to prolong it, it's going to make it look a lot better, but it's safe for it. So it's pretty cool.
And then do you guys just sell that online then on your website as well?
We do. This
cool.
is on Wrap Fresh.
I just Wrap Fresh.
Yep.
This seems cool. Yeah, we'll throw that in the description. Yeah, and they're hooking us up with a little bit of that to keep this all nice and pretty. I know it's gonna be getting dirty on the road trip and everything, so that'll help out a lot. And then like one thing I know you guys were saying is that helps with like UV protectant and all that as well. Like in Colorado specifically, we have a really high UV index because we're like in altitude, thin air, and we just have 300 days of sun here, so it just tears wraps up.
Yeah, so this is almost like sunscreen for your wraps. So.
Yeah, so that'll work good too. So it's all like an all-in-one. It's a cleaner, protectant, and everything. So definitely. Well, I think we're gonna be excited. Trevor's back at home, and so I'm gonna have to. I sent him a picture. He's already super pumped, so we'll get his reaction first thing we get back. So we'll start the drive home.
So we are back at the shop again. It is Sunday night at 10:30, and we're still not ready yet. So I got a lot of random little things that we need to do. And if you guys haven't seen, I mean, obviously you guys probably already seen the wrap, but look at this thing. I'm super impressed with it. So huge shout out to Impacted Wraps for basically doing this whole thing. I think they did it in like 4.5, 5 hours is what it took to wrap. And I messaged him on Thursday, and he wrapped it today, which is Sunday. And so he came up with this basically the whole design out of the catalog, changed some colors, threw my logos, did all that type of stuff, put the sponsor logos and decals on it, put their graphics, sized everything, and printed it. And it turned out absolutely insane. So it's definitely an interesting concept for me to actually have a wrapped car, because normally you guys know I'm just a paint guy. But for just transforming a whole car in 4.5 hours, I mean, that's pretty cool. Especially since we're doing this whole Drift Week road trip thing. So David, Junkyard Dave, is over here helping me kind of do some last minute prep. We are mounting the wheels and tires. I've been basically slacking on that, and while he's doing that, I'm getting the trailer ready, figuring out placement of the wheels and tires, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing mounted on here. So this is the old toolbox out of my truck, Big Dirty, and so I'm gonna go ahead and actually bolt it, and that way I could actually lock this thing too, so we could put tools and stuff that we don't want actually stolen, like if this thing's sitting in a parking lot overnight, actually bolt it down as long as they can't get the trailer. But I basically have a plan for basically putting a cable lock from the trailer to the actual car too. And we also have David over here, David Mesker. He's from Missouri. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually met David in 2015 when we both went to Japan, or he went to Japan. We didn't know each other. I was just like, hey, Dave, and you're like from the United States. He bought a JZX 100 over there, and when I bought my JZX 90, my super thrashed one, and we didn't really drive. I think we actually did that the very last day. We did a lot of laps on Toge together, and if you guys seen the BC Racing Back to Basics video, he was actually doing the follow cam of my super tin can trash JZX 90. But we have a lot of things to do still. David just changed his transmission fluid. We're gonna throw some of his wheels and tires on my trailer. He lives in Missouri and Colorado, so he's actually already here in Colorado. So we're basically gonna road convoy down together. After we get some wheels, tires mounted, get this whole thing figured out, we're gonna put some spare tires on here as well, and then we're gonna hopefully leave in the morning and head down to Texas. It's about a 13-hour drive from here to Harris Hill Raceway, where we're actually first starting our journey off. And I'm super stoked on how this wrap turned out. The other thing, these are 12-inch trailer wheels. So they're kind of sketchy because they spin super fast because they're so small, so they tend to burn out bearings. So I got a spare trailer wheel bearing hub, basically the whole assembly. And then I got these 13-inch wheels and tires. These things were like 120 bucks at Walmart, which really sucked. But I figure, it's insurance for not having an issue on the way, and these tires are they're better speed rated. If we're spinning those guys at like freaking 90 miles an hour, they're just gonna get super hot and blow up, and I don't want to deal with that. So do this, but I'm probably gonna have to cut the trailer fenders. Other than that, I'm gonna probably put the camera down and just thrash on stuff. So we'll catch up to you guys if there's anything else cool that goes on. Of an update, we got I put the 270, or basically the 18 by 9.5s all the way around on here, and decided to take off my steer tires because they're a little bit softer of a compound, and we're pretty much getting ready to drive I think it's like 600 miles or something like that tomorrow. So instead of wearing these guys out, I'll just wear these guys out because I have more of those, and we should be good. The other thing I did is we made an exhaust right there. So before, I basically just cut off that muffler and it was just kind of going in the bumper, making everything black and gross. Now it basically looks like a factory EcoBoost exhaust in the back, so we just added a little tip. I made a custom little shield that goes up under here. You can see that blue thing. That's basically some like plastic perforated stuff that came with the radiator, and super quick, but I got a brace in the middle of it. And kind of the idea behind that is, so when you have a car like this and you're drifting, if you're going sideways, the air already doesn't want to go through the little bumper lips and stuff. And then as soon as, you know, basically then it just takes path of least resistance. It's like, oh, hot radiator, I don't want to go there. I'm going to go below it or above it or whatever. So I made those ducts for the bottom. And then this, it looks a little bit crude right now, but this is all I could have. There is a factory version of this that I think I took off, or I think it was all busted up. And basically I didn't have one and needed to make something real quick. So I went to Walmart and I got this as like a universal cargo mat. And again, super simple. So air goes in. Hopefully it doesn't go above the radiator. Hopefully it just goes right through it, and you know, just kind of keeps everything just a little bit cooler, especially cruising on the highway. You don't want just all the air just bypassing the radiator. If it could go through it, you know, that's better. So, other than that, I think, other than seeing if like my windshield wiper, like washer spray things work, I think we're pretty good to go as far as the car goes. So double checked all the suspension, made sure everything was super tight. So now I'm basically working on this whole travel package right here. So I'm gonna go ahead, get basically a toolkit and everything ready to go. I forgot to show you guys, we actually did a lot of stuff on the trailer. So I welded right here and then a couple little stitches on the bottom, just because this is kind of one of those trailers that it folds and it just has two sketchy bolts, and when you'd pick it up it would like creak and go and you could see it like wiggling. I was like, we're not doing that. And then got rid of these 12-inch factory tires, put these 13s on it, and David was over here and we got a piece of like roll cage tubing and actually rolled the fenders pretty much on it, hit it with a hammer, so we have a little bit of room in there now. And higher speed rated, threw some bearing buddies on it, and then David also wired in the LED rear taillights. We got David's wheels on here. We have some extra tires for me. We got a tent canopy. We have a thing of fuel, and now we pretty much have this this whole toolbox that we could fill with stuff, as well as the bed of the trunk of the car pretty much. And otherwise, I think we're pretty much ready to go. So it's a 13-hour drive. Man, I'm just stoked on this wrap. I love the black. The black just makes it look so aggressive, and then the gray and the whites, and it's just, I'm stoked. I'm glad I actually committed and did a full wrap job on here. So I guess let me get a toolkit and we're gonna be on the road. Guys, so it is time. We are on our way officially to Texas. First stop is 13 hours away. I just put a turbo blanket on here, so this thing is freaking smoking. We thought it was on fire for a second, but this is Mesker's ride. He's got two wheels as his passenger seat, and he's got some freaking big old weds on this thing. This thing looks super sick. But pretty much a stock, bone stock HR. I think it has intakes on it, and that's it. Other than the stock exhaust, stock cats, everything. And he's been driving it in TXSL for a little while, and he's actually won quite a bit. So going through the trailer right now. It should have been. It's over there. It's going straight down. They're basically looking for a gauge to check the tires. But yeah, this is the whole setup for the trailer. And gonna fill up some extra fuel right here. But other than that, we're ready to go. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. We're leaving a little bit later than we thought. As we are, we're pulling a grade. We think this is 6%, at least 6%. So we've been driving about an hour and 20 minutes. Done probably a little over 100 miles. Actually, basically right at 100 miles, and we've already killed half a tank of fuel. So this is what the little gauges look like cruising. Going up, we hit about 4 or 5 pounds, kind of going up the hill. So we are now leaving Colorado. a little hungry.
Chevy's got his little box here.
Yeah.
Box of things.
We got some lightly salted almonds. Okay, we got some reduced fat Chips Ahoy, but you can't have any of those right now because I don't want to ruin your dinner. Because you're getting a peanut butter and honey sandwich, Ty.
I'm always pumped for a peanut butter and honey sandwich.
Yeah. Save all the dollars.
Yeah, this is like that gumball, the gumball snacks that you need to do for making a gumball run.
Yeah. I mean, here we are.
There you are.
Hi, Ty. What do you think?
They did great. It was easy. It wasn't bad.
She freaking ripped. We're doing like a little over 90,
85-ish.
basically 85 average this whole time, about 14 miles a gallon, so that sucked. But we made it to Texas with absolutely no issues. Me, David, the trailer, the car, literally had no issues the whole time. Basically drove. We got here about 1 in the morning.
Something like that, yeah.
Met up with everybody at the Airbnb, and that was about it. So we're at our first track day now. I just figured I'd close out this video. I really, really appreciate you guys watching. And if you guys want to stay up to date with everything that we're doing, be sure to follow me on Instagram and hit that little notification bell on these videos, because we are going to be doing pretty much daily uploads this whole entire time. And so if you guys are ready to see the freaking 2JZ Mustang shred, I'm getting ready to go out on track right now. But that'll be the next video. Appreciate you guys watching. See you later.